Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in rockin Milpitas. Every Wednesday is new comic day and I like to give you some great reasons to go to black-cat-comics.com and pick up something fun to read. This week has got a ton of fun stuff to read. Lots of great books to jump in on, lots of things to talk about. Gonna start with the Marvel guys because this is maybe one of the most popular superheroes of all time. This is your latest issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. Been talking up this book like crazy. If you've been watching Comic Shop Talk Live or this video every week or any time I have the opportunity to talk up Amazing Spider-Man, been begging people to get into this book because it's as good now as it's ever been. One of my favorite titles right now. And this is a good jumping point. You can pick up the reprint to number 55 this week and catch up to this week's 61, or just pick up this week's 61 and jump right in. New costume, new all kinds of stuff going on in this issue. Like I say, just a great time to be into Amazing Spider-Man. Spencer's doing a bang-up job writing this book. Can't say enough about it. If you're one of the 3 people that isn't reading Amazing Spider-Man, pick it up this week and you'll see why I'm talking about it all the time. And while you're at it, pick up Non-Stop Spider-Man #1, because it's always fun to pick up a first issue of a new Spider-Man book, and it's all right there in the title, Non-Stop Action. Looking forward to this one. Like I say, always fun to pick up a new Spidey book. If you go all the way back to Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man #1, Web of Spider-Man #1, Marvel Team Up. Marvel's got a long history of awesome Spider books, so you want to get in on the ground floor. And like I say, it's all there in the title, Non-Stop Action. Everybody loves The Amazing Spider-Man. X Factor is one of your many X books for the week. Always encouraging you guys to find an X title like X-Men, X-Force, New Mutants, or X Factor, one of the more popular ones. That one, Children of the Atom #1, gives you an opportunity to jump in on a brand new X book. And like I say, give those other ones a try. There's lots of great X books going on right now, and some of the top talent in comics working on those. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood rounds out your X stuff, sort of a side mini, but this one's really cool. Obviously, it's all black, white, and red inside. Good stuff. Everybody loves the crazy Canadian. And a couple of my favorite books, along with Amazing Spider-Man. Another book I talk up all the time is Daredevil. Everybody jumped in number 25. That was the new point. If you aren't following Daredevil, pick up this week's issue and jump in, and you'll see why. This is another book I talk about all the time. Another book that's as good as it's ever been. Marvel has kind of a running theme of sort of a back to basics. This is the character you know and love in the world they've lived in. And just really enjoying Daredevil, along with Immortal Hulk, another one of my favorite books, another book that's been one of my favorites since the first issue. Yes, you can buy it just for those Alex Ross covers. Alex Ross covers are always worth $3.99, but the 22 pages inside are also really awesome. This is a cool, new, interesting take on the Hulk that you haven't seen before. Pick up the first trade paperback or just jump into this latest issue. Again, one of the best books out there. Strange Academy is one of your favorite titles. I love anything that's got a Kid Dormammu in it. Deadpool has a birthday party this week. This is your Deadpool Nerdy 30. Yes, Deadpool is 30 years old, believe it or not. That makes me feel even more ancient. And here is his big double-sized birthday party. Everybody loves Deadpool. The Eternals gets you ready for Marvel's next big movie extravaganza. Pick up the first couple issues and catch up to this week's number 3. Star Wars, speaking of movie extravaganzas, been much like X books, been encouraging everybody to get into the Star Wars line from Marvel. They're doing just an excellent job with the main book, with Darth Vader, with Bounty Hunters, with High Republic. Just a great time to be a Star Wars fan. There's also a really great New Republic trade out this week that you can read more about in the newsletter. And Conan the Barbarian, also with a new jump-in point this week. Love seeing Conan back at Marvel. I know he's been there a little while, but I'm still sort of celebrating because I love me some barbarian action, and Marvel's where he should be. Great week for the DC guys, too. Again, lots of jump-in points, lots of new titles coming from DC these days. This is Batman Urban Legends #1, because people just can't get enough Bat books. So this is a cool new anthology title. It's a little pricey at $7.99, but you get a cool cardstock cover, double-sized book, lots of stories in here, Red Hood, Harley Quinn, lots of fun stuff. The The Joker, #1, is definitely the book of the week. Definitely on everybody's list and in everybody's box. Doesn't need a whole lot of push from me, but if for some reason you don't have the internet, you need to know that the Joker is back at his own title from current Batman writer James Tynion IV. Good stuff. I love when villains get their own books and they keep them as villains and don't try to make them the hero of the story. Everybody needs to have that in their stack this week. Superman, #29. First issue of the new creative team and new story arc following up where Bendis left off. You know, I'm a big Superman fan. Always encouraging folks, if you were following along with the Bendis run, always encourage folks to grab the first issue of the next creative team. Give the new team a chance and let's see what they can do. Phil Hester's, you might remember him from Green Arrow back with Kevin Smith. That was great stuff. Wonder Woman #770. Also a jumping point with a new creative team. Obviously one of the best characters in all of comics. Everybody should have Wonder Woman on their list. And if you haven't been following Wonder Woman, like I say, here's your point to jump in. Sadly, Green Lantern Season 2, #12 is your last issue of this one. Not the jump-in point, but the end of the story. And boy, what a ride it's been. Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp. This has been some of the best Green Lantern I've read, going all the way back to Blackest Night. Pick up the trade paperbacks for Season 1 and Season 2 if you've let that one get by you. Rorschach is one of your Black Label books of the week. You know we talk up Tom King every chance we get. Another book that doesn't need a whole lot of help from me. Everybody's already reading anything Watchmen related. American Vampire, 1976. And Sweet Tooth the Return, your other Black Label books, just to show you that DC does a whole lot more than the DCU Infinite Frontier stuff. You're looking for something a little dark, a little edgy. Check out some of the Black Label stuff. Great week for all the other guys too. Black Hammer Visions. It's a mini-series coming out of, obviously, the Black Hammer stuff from Jeff Lemire. This one's written by Jeff Johns. If you don't know much about Black Hammer, grab that first trade paperback and introduce yourself to an awesome new universe. And then dive into all of these side books. There's all kinds of Black Hammer side books like Skull Digger, like this one. Black Hammer is a really, really rich universe of superheroics. And if you like Jeff Johns, just pick up that one and see what I'm talking about. Norse Mythology is your other Dark Horse book of the week, because you know, much like Tom King, we talk up anything Neil Gaiman around here. And I like to show that Dark Horse does a little more than the licensed property stuff. Deep Beyond is my Image book of the week, because you know I love me some cool science fiction stuff. But Carmen is your Image book of the week, because that's your first issue. Gotta have an Image book of the week. Always encouraging you guys to grab these Image first issues, because Image just does all kinds of things that the other publishers just don't do. Red Sonja, the Superpowers, teams up the Great Barbarian with Project Superpowers, which is a bunch of Golden Age superheroes, public domain stuff that Dynamite does comics for. This is a great opportunity to check out all kinds of cool things that Dynamite does, like that, and like your latest issue of Vampirella. Everybody loves Vampirella. Proctor Valley Road is your Boom Studios book of the week. Another one written by Grant Morrison. You should pick up anything written by Grant Morrison, because he's one of the most unique talents in comics. And if you don't know too much about Boom Studios, that gives you a little opportunity to jump in on that. Blade Runner Origins #1 gives you an opportunity to check out what Titan Comics is doing with one of the greatest sci-fi franchises of all time. The main book, they did Blade Runner 2019. Now they're doing Blade Runner 2029, and this is Blade Runner Origins. Again, if you're like me and you love anything science fiction, and we all love Blade Runner, right? Pick up the trade for Blade Runner 2019, or just grab the first issue of 2029, or just grab this first issue of Blade Runner Origins. Great stuff. Bloodshot #12 is your Valiant book of the week. Always encouraging you guys to have a Valiant book on your list, like Bloodshot or Exo or Rye. Valiant does some top talent stuff, and I love me some Bloodshot. And Maniac of New York is your Aftershock book of the week. Been talking up a lot of Aftershock, like this one, like Animosity, like Dark Arc. If you're looking for something outside the superhero realm, check out anything from Aftershock, because they do a great job with just about everything they do. And last but not least, Betty and Veronica. Spring Break is your all ages book of the week. Sadly, I haven't had a whole lot of all ages books. Publishers haven't been kicking out a lot of stuff for the little ones lately, but here's some good old classic Archie to go along with all of the other awesome stuff that Archie does. Great week of books. Great week to try something new, fun, and exciting, as is the point of our newsletter this week. So check that out. Dive into something new, cool, and different. Want to mention to everybody, Black Cat Chronicles #1, Greyfriars Cemetery is launching this month. Yes, Black Cat Comics and Rockin' Milpitas is putting out their own comic. Black Cat Chronicles #1 will be shipping, should be in your hands by the end of the month. If you weren't part of the Kickstarter, you can go to black-cat-publishing.com and pre-order your copy. We'll be shipping them out real soon, and you're going to want one before they're gone. That's all we got for you for this week. Go to black-cat-comics.com, click on shop, click on new this week, and take a look at all the books that we've been talking about. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.